This is Mark Bell from SuperTraining.tv, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. We are utilizing the Cambridge bar on this particular day. This is somewhat of a speed day for some of us, as you'll see in a little bit. Some of these guys will be flying with these weights. Other guys are going raw and moving a little bit slower. But the way we do it at Super Training Gym, we don't really follow percentages due to many reasons. We utilize many different barbells, we utilize many different setups. You can see here we got the Cambridge bar and we have chains. So what are we supposed to equate that to? You know, is that supposed to be 47% of the straight bar, you know, straight bar squat, full gear in the meet? You know, so we don't really bother to mess with those numbers. We like to simplify it. And if it's a speed day, we try to move fast. If it's a dynamic effort day, or if it's a max effort day rather, we try to just lift as heavy as possible. The dynamic effort day, one of the great benefits of the dynamic effort day, and something that people lose sight of, is the dynamic effort day was kind of invented and utilized because you can't go heavy all the time. If you could train light and get stronger by training light, then that's all you would ever do. But you can't get stronger that way. You have to have both. You have to be training maximally and you have to be training sub-maximally. So we utilize both methods at Super Training. Just the real difference for us is just we don't really mess with percentages too much. On the other hand, something else to keep in mind with many of us, we've been utilizing these methods for a long time and we're used to them. So we basically have a good idea about what kind of weight we're going to use on what particular bar and what we're going to be able to move properly with good form. You can see Brandon there, he just pretty much just completely fell in the box. And you don't want to fall in the box, you want to stay tight. Bill does a good job staying tight right there. And due to the fact that he stayed tight, he came flying back up with it. Here's my chubby little self going. The Cambridge bar allows you to put the bar a little bit lower. It's also going to get into your lower back a little bit more. That's the style and technique that I like to have right there. You can kind of see, and you can see here from Jesse Burdick too, he's moving the weight fairly effortlessly, but it's not a complete walk in the park. You can't yawn and do those squats at the same time. But when there's a slight breakdown in form, I think you're in a really good spot, and I think basically that you have to make a decision at that point what you're going to do with your training. Are you going to continue to go up in weight, or are you going to take that weight for multiple sets? And for me, I like to do multiple sets with weights that are starting to either A, slow me down, or B, they start to mess with my form. As I've been working with as I've been doing more and more raw lifting, I've been going a little bit heavier on my box squatting, going a little heavier on my dynamic day. You can see there's nothing dynamic about that. That's pretty much just slow. But I have a deadlift day and I have a squat day, so I don't. I kind of rotate the max effort, dynamic effort stuff about every other week or so. I can say that I probably get a little bit more from dynamic effort squats than I do dynamic effort deadlifts. But again, one of the great reasons to utilize either one of those methods, or to utilize dynamic effort on a squat or a deadlift, or even a bench press, is the fact that you're not training with maximal weights. Give your body a little bit of a break. Here goes Silent Mike. You can see he's working without the box. There's different things different guys are going to do. I'm not really sure why Chris is wearing that weird suit, but he's been playing football as of late for a local college, and he just said he's been beat up, so he decided to throw on some gear on this day. I think that's what happened. Ryan Spencer always lifting big. You can see I got some support around the knee there. Also wearing the Reebok kicks. Jesse Burdick's wearing them as well. I got got a little bit of support around the knee. I've been having some patellar tendonitis, something going on in the knee. Not really sure what it is. Had it for a long time, but been trying to work on it with a bunch of different things. Rolling it out on a foam roller and things like that just don't seem like they're doing enough. So I've actually been taking a 100-pound dumbbell and just rolling my quad out with that, and that seems to be working pretty well. I actually just just sit on the ground, kind of spread eagle, and just take a 100-pound dumbbell and just place it right on top of my quad. Wiggle the thing back and forth until it feels like it's alleviated a lot of the tightness in the quad, and it seems to be helping my knee. So there's Billy. Fell a little bit on that one, just slightly. You got to stay really tight on these. You can see Brandon picking up his feet. Giant no-no. You got to keep your weight on your feet when you're doing these lifts. Another great way for you to kind of gauge what kind of weight you should be using is something that's called rate of perceived exertion, and it's utilized by Mike Teixeira, who's one of the better powerlifters in the world, both raw and single ply, or at least he is on squats and deadlifts. That's for sure. Mike has deadlifted over 850 pounds, but basically, rather than having a percentage associated with it, you're just saying how hard it is on a scale of 1 to 10. I feel that that's a little easier for people to do. It's a little easier for people to gauge that than to be like, okay, well, what's fast? How fast should I be moving? And they seem to get kind of confused with the way they should be moving. The basic gist of it is, though, you should have some days where you go a little bit lighter and other days where you go a little bit heavier. Jesse Burdick almost got killed there. Somebody threw the hooks back in on him. Here's Torta. And that is it from supertraining.tv.